Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Christian Compassion Morning Meditations. My name is Cheryl Ballard, and today I am coming to you with verse Colossians 3:23 and 24, and it will be coming from M.I.T. It is Colossians chapter 3, verse 23 and verse 24. And it reads, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people." And 24 says, "Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ." Amen. So, as I was reading in verse 23 says, "So, what is it saying is, whatever you do, work at it as though you are serving. You're doing it willingly and with a strong heart, a willing heart, a joyful heart." This emphasizes putting forth your best effort and enthusiasm in whatever task you are doing. It also tells us whatever task you're doing, do it as working for the Lord, not for man. It highlights that our primary motivation should be to please God, not to impress or gain approval from others. In verse 24, "Since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward," this reminds us that God will ultimately reward our faithful labor with his favor and eternal blessings. Also, in verse 24, it reminds us it is the Lord Christ we are serving. This emphasizes that our work is a form of service to Christ, giving it deeper meaning and purpose. In essence, this passage tells us to do a shift in perspective, urging believers to view their work as a way to honor and serve God, rather than simply a means of living. Livelihood. A means for a livelihood. I apologize. So, if you have a job that you dread going to, or even if you have a job that you enjoy going to, whatever task you are doing, do it as you are working for the Lord, not working for man, because you can't always please man, but you should always be working to please God, your Father, and not for people, because God has your reward. Amen. This has been Christian Compassion Morning Meditations. We're here every morning at 7 a.m. Be blessed.